Well, hopefully you can hear me. I brought the microphone with me this time. Last one I forgot my microphone. Totally my bad. Come back to the same spot. I didn't catch it on video last time I was here, but last time I was here, right right at the very end, I got a hit that took all the line off of one of my poles. I got spooled. It took it all for about 10, maybe 15 feet that snapped. So I'm back for a rematch. Uh, I'm baiting up and everything right now. So you'll see me probably coming in the frame in a minute. I'm literally in the exact same spot it was a couple nights ago. However, the tide is different. The tide is lower. That's one pole in the water. Now, last time I was here, it was high tide and going down. This time, I don't know. It looks like it's low tide, but I don't know in what part of the cycle it is. Whether it's low, low, or still going out, or heading into slack tide, or what. Well, a couple of the boats here the other night aren't here. That's interesting because there were a couple of rather large boats parked or anchored out here. There's still a couple of large boats, but it's not as many. All right, that gets 2 poles in the water. Was going to try to live stream through my TikTok tonight. That's what the plan was. But the mount that I use is different than what I use on YouTube. It holds the phone differently. And when I was setting it up to work out here, it broke. It really sucks because I've only used it one time and it broke. So that's kind of lame. A lot of problems with this new tech equipment. It breaks on me constantly. The only thing that doesn't break on me is the old style photography equipment that I've had forever, and some of it is from as far back as the 60s. The tripod I'm using right now is basically eternal. There we go. 3 poles in the water. I could probably throw a 4th one if I wanted to, but I really don't want to jump through a bunch of hoops. Getting a 4th pole in here. I did that the other day. I had 4 in and actually just manage. Now, the pole out here on the end, the littler one, that's the one that got spooled. It was fairly low on line anyway. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could actually throw till I hit the end of the line. It wasn't that far out at that time. But I could get it that way if I wanted to. I can't now. Now it's got like 300 yards on it. Something like that. All right. I don't know how much is in frame and how much isn't, so now I can come check. All right. That's not too bad. Let's get this squared off. Oh, that's a little better. Get my lights adjusted a little better. Kind of just pulled in and started setting up. There was a big thunderstorm going, and I'm coming in behind that thunderstorm. That ought to help some. But like I said at the beginning, I hope you guys can hear me. I remembered my microphone this time. Our last trip at this exact spot, I caught 5 catfish, 1 stone crab, and a shark. Wonder what I'll get, if anything, tonight. Now, last time it was the middle pole that just kept going off, or the one on the far right. I got a hit on the left, but I didn't actually catch anything. Hello, Miss Habit. I am fishing the Bay of Palm Bay. Saltwater. Well, technically it's brackish because it's not full ocean water, because I'm at the mouth of a river, freshwater river dumping in right here. I am hearing activity in the water out in front of me. That's a good thing. I have absolutely no idea if this microphone is actually working. Thanks, Miss Finest. Is my microphone working? I forgot it last time I was out here, and I'm not sure if it's working yet. Yes, I just started fishing. Maybe less than 10 minutes ago. Oh, excellent. I'm always worried that this stuff isn't working because I always break it. I actually splurged and got me a microphone that will allow me to walk around and not have to be right next to the phone that I'm using. So I can walk around and talk while I'm doing things. So far, in a couple of videos I've done with it, though, it's very, very loud, and I haven't figured out how to adjust that. And thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I had a pretty good night fishing here in this spot the other day. Not like a really great night, but definitely an interesting catch. Five catfish, a crab, and a shark. And then right before I left, something picked up that pole that's on the far right and took all the line off it. So I've got all new line on that pole. I'm back for round two. I appreciate it very much, Miss Finus. I meant to. I've tried to go live on TikTok tonight and accidentally broke my the part for my the hooks to my tripod. Hi, Higgs. And TikTok's up and down video, and YouTube side to side. So I had to switch back. I'm only a few hundred people away from hitting 5,000 subscribers on TikTok. And I was going to do my first live, but I guess that wasn't in the cards tonight. Hopefully, the fish will be biting. I mean, we just had a massive thunderstorm rip through here. I wanted to get out here about 2 hours earlier, but I wasn't going anywhere in that storm. This is a fairly nice place to come sit because there are street lights. So it's not total darkness. I'm not completely reliant on just my lighting. If all my lights go out, I can still see well enough to be able to gather up my stuff and not have to worry about it because there's like 4 street lights right here behind me. It's not enough to light it up for a camera. Oh, oh, little jiggle on the middle pole. I should probably re-rig that one. That one's set up for surf cast. Be like 4 ounce weight on it. I do have some wildlife hanging out watching me. I don't know if he'll show up or not. Nah, it's too dark. I can see him fine with my eyes, but that's not quite the same, huh? I got a white egret, maybe 25 feet from me, hanging out watching. There's one street light that's closer to the water, to the left of me on the other side of some bushes that lights up the water. So the egrets will hang out over there because they can see into the water. It's shallows right there. Hopefully, I'll get something tonight. Almost always catch something. I almost never get skunked. Not at night. A couple of years ago, it happened to me during the day. Didn't catch a single thing. Real shame too, because I spent like $50 on bait that day, and I normally don't spend money on bait. I usually catch my own. Tonight's bait selection is cut up mullet. It's usually my bait selection. I'll go with the cast nets, and I'll catch a bucket full of them, and I'll separate the big ones out for cooking, and all the small ones are future bait. Well, that's tonight's bait. Cut up frozen mullet. I got my nets with me. If I want, I could probably go get some live ones. But I don't really like waiting out there at night. It's generally a bad idea to go wading in these waters at night. We have a lot of bull sharks in these waters and other sharks. The other sharks aren't as much of a worry. I mean, not that they can't take a chunk out of you. But I happen to know that there are bull sharks right in this spot because last time I was here, the little shark I caught was a bull shark. Oh, I think I'm going to take a moment to re-rate this guy. That big old pyramid weight. It's a little too much for here. try a different setup. Let's try that setup. One without a giant pyramid weight. Some of the locals are starting to show up. Hopefully, I'll get something now. I definitely got a hit on that middle pole, but with that giant weight on there, doesn't react quite the same. So now there's no weight and only bait, just 3 pieces of bait. So I basically got the equivalent of like 5 poles out there. See, just got a hit. Might be a crab though. This spot's an interesting spot because it's right off of a main road. It's real easy to pull into. There's actually a stoplight here. Back in the day, this was a little more off the beaten path. Well, it's convenient to get to for me. It's actually a little further away than the spots I've been going to. And those spots are all right. You know, you pull up and you got maybe 100-foot hike from the car to where you can set up. But here I can just pull up, which means I don't leave my truck alone, which is kind of nice. The downside is it is more in town than those other spots. Other spots I've been hitting are kind of just outside of town, or one of them's like in between 2 towns. Where this one is most definitely in town. Like I said, last time I was here, right at the end, and I didn't catch it, I'd moved the camera to include the 2 poles on the left and not the one on the right because I couldn't, the way I had it set up, I couldn't see both of them or all 3 of them. Well, at that time, all 4 of them at the same time. And that pole on the right got a massive hit. Now, that's a smaller pole, but it's still a river pole. And it's a 6-foot medium action, where the other ones are 7.5 foot. medium actions. But yeah, it took whatever it was, took all the line I had on it. Reason I like using that particular one is because it will outcast the other two. So if I'm in a situation where I know the fish are just out past a certain point and I can't reach it with the other two, that one will reach it. The downside is that one runs 15-pound tests, and that's like the maximum. The one in the middle runs 20-pound tests, and the one on the left runs 20-pound tests. But the one on the left doesn't cast as far. It doesn't cast very far at all. The reel that is on that is early 70s, and it doesn't work quite right anymore. Like the drag on it doesn't work. So that's a thing. Which is something I need to check on the other two poles. I need to check my drag. I didn't think about that when I was setting up. Oh. All right, that's not bad. Back it off just a hair. Yeah, really. I'm hearing activity in the water, so that's a good sign. Yeah, but that third one on the left, I completely reconditioned that. Very, very old. Hand painted. I like to put a better reel on it, but I gotta work with what I got. And I've got a box full of really old reels. Uh, my biggest pole, which I don't have out here right now, it actually has a reel on it from the 1920s. And I have a bass rod that I set up that's got one that's from the early 1940s. And I do use them. I just have a hard time casting with those traditional reels versus the spinning reels. But I've got about 8 or 9 of them antique traditional reels. A couple, like 4 or 5 of them I've had for years. And then I found somebody on Facebook one night that was selling off his grandfather's collection at like $5 a piece. That middle pole's got the jiggle jiggles. That's usually an indication of a catfish messing with it. On the middle pole, I painted the white stripes on so I could see it at night. That's a birthday present from my oldest daughter a couple of years ago. I have another bass rod that she bought me at the same time that I absolutely loved, an Abu Garcia. But it's a little too light to be using here. Oh, something going on here right here. That fish on, or something at least. Oh, it let go. Maybe not. What the hell is going on here? I definitely got fish. All right, first fish of the night. All right, got a catfish. What I tend to catch at night. All right, that's not a bad sized fish. All right, I gotta get this guy off. It's always fun getting these guys off the circle hooks. I don't like these circle hooks. There we go. Oh, looks like I got a fish on in the middle. Oh, that's something a little bit bigger. Oh, that's something quite a bit bigger. Oh, that feels like a stingray. Oh, what are you? It feels like I'm trying to pull a bottom out of the river. Yeah, that's a stingray. All right. There you go. It'll take a minute to get this guy off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a stingray. Frozen mullet. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I think. I think I found the limit of how far my microphone works. Not too bad. Well, that was two fish back to back. I got to rebait up and get them back out there. Got to be careful with them stingrays. Got to be real careful with them stingrays. That's a fish that'll put you in the hospital. All right, let's get one back in the water. I don't even got to rebait this one. The bait's still here. I just got to get it where it belongs because I knocked it up on the leader. Well, that kind of sucked. Let's try that again. My bad. A lot better. A lot better. It gets the job. I was actually going to TikTok tonight because I've got a decent.
You have a bunch of followers and stuff?
Well, TikTok I got 4,500. YouTube I got 2,500. And then how to garden. I'm actually a master gardener, but I have a small fishing addiction. If you look me up on YouTube, it's how to garden, and then you got to go into the filters and go to channel, and I'm the blue and yellow one with the tree of life.
Alright, I'll follow you.
I'm also on Facebook, around 1,700.
I'll find you.
I didn't catch your name. Annie? I'm Glenn. Glenn. If you need some bait, you can use some of my frozen if you want.
I got lures and some other shit.
Well, I figured I'd offer. I've got plenty. right, I'm all reset again. Yeah, that stingray that I caught, that gotta really watch. They have a barb on their tail. If they get you with that barb, it'll put you in the hospital. They're a good fight, though. Even a small one of those is a good fight. But thing is, they're a favorite food of several of our native sharks here. So if the stingrays are up in here, there might be a chance of a good sized shark cruising through. Now, none of these poles are really set up for a big shark. I mean, my biggest pole isn't even set up for a big shark. I could set it up for a decent sized shark, but I'd have to put heavier line on it because it's only got 20-pound mono on it. I mean, the pole could handle it. The reel could handle up to a 5, 6 foot shark. You catch one of those that's big enough, cut the wings, and the meat in the wings is a set of tubes. Those tubes taste exactly like scallops. So you cut them up so they look like scallops, saute them in butter and garlic, and you're good to go. But you got to have a good size one to make it worth it. Oh, there goes the middle pole again. Well, there's something tapping at the middle pole. Hasn't taken it yet. Oh! Yeah, that don't feel that big. There's something there, though. Ooh, little tiny kitty fish. Uh-oh. Where'd my pliers go? Just swore I left them over there. There they are. That's 3 fish. Getting interesting variety. Oh, crap. There we go. I hear something big out there somewhere, splashing periodically. Hey, Howie. Uh, Swamp Ducky, I'm not really targeting anything in particular. Uh, let's see, the pole on the right rigged like it would be for reds. The one in the middle is basically rigged how I'd use for a surf rod, and the one on the left just has miscellaneous. I'm fishing on the bottom with cut bait. Whatever happens to come by. So far, it's been two catfish and a stingray. I fished the same spot just a few days ago, and it was five catfish, and a shark, and a crab. There's that middle pole again. Getting a little bit of attention. Uh, Last time I was here, that little pole on the right got spooled. Something took all the line. That's kind of why I'm back. Round two. Brand new line on that pole. The middle pole's been getting a decent amount of attention. Might have to bring it in just to check on the bait. Be nice if I caught a good sized redfish. There's a tremendous amount of activity off to my left. I guess it's time to check that pole on the left. I ain't been doing much of nothing. I don't feel like there's anything there. Yep. Yeah, that's all sorts of tangled up. That happens. Oh, I got to go untangle this guy.
Yeah, Blaine, good luck out here. I hope you get your shot.
Good possibility. You heading home?
Frozen mullet, you should be able to get you a shark.
I got one a couple days ago here.
Yeah, I got my first shark here and the most sharks I've caught right here.
Uh,
It's a good shark spot normally,
it,
and the fishing pool out there right here.
the best place I know to catch sharks, go down to the inlet,
Oh yeah,
go
but that's
past the inlet in the second or third slot.
yeah, it's almost too easy to fish down there though. I like the
Yeah.
suspense. I like the relax. I like the patience of. You actually got to have the right rigs for certain things. You know, down there it's tourist. You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
everybody knows you can fish in fucking any river.
Here, it's because it's more convenient on fuel for
Absolutely.
me.
You know, I live right here. So.
I'm down off of Malabar. Normally, I head south and go fish halfway between Malabar and Barefoot Bay.
That's where I go, like go creek and shit.
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah.
I'm gonna go south.
But like 2 days ago, I decided I wanted to come up here, and that little pole it got completely spooled the other day, so I re-rigged it in round two.
Right on. Yeah, you gotta tighten up your reel on top.
It didn't have that much line in the first place. I was already stretching it, and whatever it was, doubled it over. And I keep the drag loose because I've lost too many fishing poles in this river.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I keep it somewhat loose and then tighten it up if I need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, something picked it up the other day and just went.
Yeah, I've lost poles, all that. I'm like, man, fuck it. I've broken poles in half right over here, and on that dock right there.
I spent 3 years
There you go. You're getting it right.
piecing together a nice big rod to lose it in 30 seconds.
Yep. I know the feeling. Good luck, darling.
Nice meeting you. You have a good night. Oh, well, that went a whole lot of nowhere. We'll have to reset that. What's going on here? Well, bait is all sorts of tore up. I think that's a crab out there messing with it. Let's try this one again. See if I can't get it in a better spot than where it landed. cute. All right, well, I've got the place all to myself again. Nice lady. She fished for a little while. Just throwing her nets, trying to get some fresh bait. Didn't get any bait, I don't think. And switched to lures, threw her lures for a little while. I offered her some of my frozen bait. It's not like the best bait in the world, you know. Live mullet's a lot better than frozen mullet. There's definitely plenty of mullet in the water here, but it's further out. You don't want to wade out to where they're at night. There goes the middle one. That was a real hit. Yeah, but it doesn't seem like he took it. Yeah, let me put some more bait on here. Oh, the hook got bent. All right, a little bit of fresh bait. Yeah, it's definitely going. Ah, you go. What's fishing? Oh, right. Well, that was a good hit, but he didn't take the bait. It's kind of a shame. Well, he took the bait. He didn't take the hook. I was starting to hear a lot of activity in the water. And apparently a lot of bikers tonight. There used to be a biker bar not far from here. I don't know if there still is, since I'm neither a biker or somebody who goes to the bar on a regular basis. Once upon a time, there used to be two biker bars on this stretch of the road. One of them I know is still there, but it turned itself into a restaurant more than a bar. Well, it definitely calmed down out here. The light breeze, which is actually better than when I got here, there was almost no breeze. There goes that middle pole again. Something about that spot. There it goes. Yeah, something got the bait on this one. No, all the bait's accounted for. That top piece is pretty mangled though. It done went and got quiet, real quiet for here. I mean, there's still some traffic and everything. And there's some people a few blocks away letting off some fireworks. But didn't. It got a lot quieter. You can usually hear just random, lots of random sounds coming from the houses that are around this bay and the neighborhoods that are behind me or the train track. Other than the occasionally passing car, right now the loudest sound I have is the sound of a rope smacking up against the mast of one of those sailboats out there. Had almost continuous activity on this middle pole. Not really taking it. Makes me think it might be a crab. Come on, quit playing with it. Take it. Whoa, that was something big over there. Oh, action on the other rod. Mm. Another catfish. It's a decent sized catfish. Need to stay right here though. Get the pliers. Oh, this is an energetic catfish right here. One more catfish. Now, sometimes I keep those guys, but I've got a couple bags worth of catfish already in the freezer. I only eat so many of those. I mean, they're good eating and all if you know how to handle them. But I kind of don't want any more in the freezer until I've eaten what I've already gotten. All right, I need to check this one. Well, all the bait's there. Although some of them are pretty chewed up, look like a crab's been on it. I am seeing a tremendous amount of activity over there. and I saw one very, very, very large something hit the top of the water. So I'm going to throw this in that direction because it casts further than this white one does. So the white one's going to get switched to the middle. And this guy doesn't really cast as far. If I upgraded the reel, I could get it to go. Because it's not the pole, it's the reel. Okay. It still fishes, and I've gotten plenty of fish off of it. Just all right, I put that right about where I've been seeing all that activity. Oh, I've been seeing some serious activity over there. And I've heard or seen some serious splashes over there. The type you would expect out of very large predatory fish hitting the mullet that are over there. So maybe I'll get something. Being that it's summer, it's kind of surprising that I haven't caught any ladyfish yet. The ladyfish and the tarpon are in the river this time of year. And occasionally I'll get into a tarpon. You know, smaller ones, 3-ish foot. But I usually catch several whiting. Now, whiting's not a particularly good fish for eating because they're very, very bony. But they make awesome bait, awesome cut bait. They're usually too big for the poles I have to just use a live fish. But some of the best fishing trips I've had where I just used the frozen bait I had on hand, I was using chunks of ladyfish, big chunks of ladyfish. They kind of smush up, which is the bad part about using them is they're kind of mushy. They put out a giant scent trail. I had ladyfish on my big pole last summer, my really, really big pole that is now somewhere out there in the river because something took it. I put a really big chunk of ladyfish on there, joking, look, big bait means big fish. Yeah, well, big bait equal big pole go bye-bye real fast. But that's okay. Eventually, I'll build another really big pole like that. I just got to get lucky and get the right circumstances together to be able to put together a 12-foot plus pole. But I'll get there. I have one now that is 12 foot, but it's got a traditional reel on it, and I set it up to be able to use it out of a boat. And then I didn't manage to get the boat; things didn't work out. So, I can take the traditional reel off of it, but I need to get a really big spin caster to put on it, and I don't have anything that's big enough. Anything that is big enough is kind of expensive. There's a lot of activity going on right out here in front of me. Top water activity. The way the activity is setting up in this bay right now is just like the night that I caught a really, really nice uh, tarpon before I started doing fishing live streams. Uh, How the Garden Channel existed, but I didn't have the ability to live stream anywhere except for the house on laptop. Now it's kind of the other way around. I have to live stream from my phone. And too many problems with the laptop. Hey, Dagon Hills. Yeah, tarpon would be a nice fight. I'm kind of confused on the laws as to whether or not I'm allowed to keep them anymore. I'm gonna have to get online and look real closely on the laws. I keep having people tell me you're not allowed to keep them anymore, and then other people tell me you can. I haven't bothered to look. No, Dagon Hills. This is about 8 miles east of where all the alligators, where I was fishing, where all the alligators are. Not that there can't be one here. It's just it's brackish water, so there's a lot less. Uh, this is the Bay of Palm Bay. It's a shallow water bay with a deep channel running down one side on the opposite side where I can't get to. It's brackish water. You tend to catch saltwater fish, but occasionally you'll catch freshwater fish. And it's a good place for things like snook, tarpon, catfish. Oh, something's going on that pole to the left. I caught a shark here just a couple days ago. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring my microphone the other day. So it's a silent stream. But there is a, 2 foot ish shark I caught. No, I haven't seen any shark activity tonight, but they're here. There's always sharks in these waters. That's why at night it's best not to wade out in this water, and it's best to avoid doing it at dusk and dawn. There are always sharks. I did catch a stingray, and it wasn't a very big one, but they're really good fighters. You got to watch out. That stingray will put you in the hospital. They got a barb on their tail that they can spike you with. And the Native Americans used to call them the wish you were dead fish. Yeah, you don't want to swim here. You can during the day, but not at night. There's a lot of bull sharks in this water. It's what I caught the other day, but it's not the only type of sharks here. We've got spinner sharks, black tips, bull shark being the most aggressive, like multiple species of hammerhead shark. And this area right here is an estuary where all those sharks come up to have their pups. Why it's not uncommon to catch a 2 foot ish shark. But it's also not uncommon to catch a 6 to 12 foot shark. The great hammerheads, the really big ones, come up in here and pup. We've also got a hammerhead here that we call the scallop hammerhead, and those ones tend to school. So when you get into those, it's not uncommon for you to catch 20 or 30 of them. Hey, Q. Yeah, that's what I caught last time, Q. That little shark I caught was a bull shark. The one I let go. The one before that was a spinner shark, and it had me confused at first because I've never caught a spinner shark in the river, and I've never caught one that small before. Usually, when I catch a spinner shark, I do it on the beach, and it's 5 or 6 foot, and sometimes a little bit bigger, which I don't really have the poles for anymore, so I haven't been doing that type of fishing. Banana bread's pretty good, Q. I had some of that right before I left. To come out here, I had a piece of banana bread with walnuts. I meant to grab me a snack for out here and forgot. Yeah, I have trouble with any nuts and anything like that. I have trouble chewing them nowadays. But that happened to be what was available, and I needed to grab something to eat. Not that I didn't just eat dinner shortly before then. I had chicken Alfredo for dinner. It was pretty good. Got me a little bit of new tackle today. Just I'm just running low on a lot of stuff. I went to Walmart, got me some new leaders, new line for the little pole. There goes the little pole. That's a problem. There's a single pole over here sticking out of the water. And I think I just got snagged on it. Yeah, I do believe I'm snagged on it. Oh, that sucks. That's one of my new rigs. Oh. Well, that fish took it around the pole and got me good and trapped. I just lost one of the new rigs I was talking about. That's a shame. That was a really nice rig. Well, guess I better rig it back up. Well, that's a shame. That's a nice rig. I think I got 4 of those because I liked them, and the price was okay. I mean, for what it is a pretty decent price. $1.70 for 2 in a pack. Good, good metal rig with weights and beads. No hook, just a clip for the hook, which is what I prefer because then I get to use the hook I want, not the hook they put on there. I'm not too fond of the ones that come with the hooks. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to pick me up some more hooks soon. I'm running a little low on hooks. I changed the laws on the hooks here a couple years ago, and I have to use a circle hook that rusts. Means I actually go through a lot more hooks than I used to. I don't really care for circle hooks, and I mean all the stainless steel hooks I had that I've had for years and years and years are no longer applicable. They're illegal. It means I'm going through a lot more hooks. And I don't want to buy too many of them at once because I'm always around the saltwater and they'll just rust. All right, get it out there again. I think I'm going to put one of these rigs on the white pole. Oh, that's interesting. The black pole is completely slack. That's because there's something on it. That's a crab. And it let go. Crabs. Maybe I'll come up here with my canoe and my crab traps and drop them out there. It's a fairly convenient place to launch a canoe. And I can back right up with the truck, so and it's kind of protected. One thing is it's shallow. A lot of shallow. Most of this river is only between 4 and 8 foot deep. Except for where the navigational channels are. It almost seems like by design that they've made it very difficult for a shoreline fisherman to reach the navigational channels, the deep water. I mean, I know a few spots where you can, but one of them about a quarter mile north of here. But in general, you can't get anywhere near them unless, you know, you're a rich guy that happens to have a very expensive home right on the water. Because, like on this bay, the navigational channel is on the south side of this bay. Goes up into a river. Oh, what's the name of that river? Turkey Creek. You know, just to the underneath the bridge here, and then it opens back up. So, like where I'm at is actually man-made, where they crossed the bay and put a road across. But there's another bridge on the other side too. That's a railroad bridge that was put in by Flagler back in the very late 1800s, early 1900s, somewhere in that area. Old metal truss. It just got major reconditioning because they've been working on a project here for a fast train that'll go from Miami to Orlando. So it'll come up the A1A route and then cross over to Orlando. Somewhere over by Cocoa, it'll turn and head into Orlando. I don't know exactly where that junction is. But I know they just reconditioned the railroads through this whole area all the way up into Cocoa. Big project. They spent a lot of money, and none of it went to the locals. And the train isn't going to help the locals at all. As a matter of fact, it will completely bypass all the train stations from Miami to Orlando. Actually took a few train stations out because they were really old and they really didn't serve a purpose anymore. other than for the commuter train. What they shut down are commuter trains. There, for a short period of time, we had an actual commuter train that would travel from Miami to Cocoa. It'd stop in Melbourne and a few other places. And then you could transfer there up in Cocoa and go to Orlando or up to Daytona. And of course, they've got the long distance ones and plenty of freight because of the ports. Most of the trains that pass by are freight trains heading north or heading south to go pick it up. There are several ports along the coast here. Miami and Jacksonville being the biggest. Port Canaveral is a pretty impressive port, but most of it is tourist industry. Although there is some military presence there as well. So every once in a while, you'll see a submarine come in or a frigate, one of the little missile destroyers. Of course, NASA's right there, so you might see the barges for NASA. You used to watch the big fuel tank for the shuttle come in all the time up there when I was quite a bit younger. Oh, here comes somebody. Oh, I'm just gonna look on my other phone and see what time it is. All right, a little after midnight. No, I'm not quite done yet. This is usually about what time something big comes along and I get a hit. I haven't got anything in a little while. Just a few hits. I'm still hearing activity out there where things are going after the mullet up there in those shallows. Y'all still able to hear me? I'm not sure about this microphone sometimes. Wish it had some type of indicator. Well, hopefully I get some more hits. I think it might be moving into slack tide. Water's gone real still. Now we got a boat coming in. Awfully late to be seeing boat traffic coming in. That's what that red dot is that's moving out there. That's the navigational lights. There's a small marina just on the other side under the bridge. Also happens to be the best place in the area to buy bait is at that small marina. You know, if you don't mind spending way too much money on bait. I think it's like $8 a dozen for shrimp. Yeah, I think I might come out here and drop my crab traps. Get my canoe cleaned up. Oh, what these guys are doing. They said, I don't know what these guys are doing. Looks like the moon is finally going to come out from behind the clouds here soon. I don't know if that'll show up. Nah, it doesn't look like it will. Not yet, anyway. That was one rocking thunderstorm that came through here earlier. And it was really kicking. Well, I guess I probably shouldn't have messed with that middle pole. After I did that, I haven't really gotten much action. Oh, wait. That was a little bit of action. Well, a little bit on the left pole. I haven't gotten anything off from the left. It's all been in the middle or on the right. It was the same way the other night. I wasn't getting any hits off of the left pole. It was all middle and right. Oh, there's the moon starting to peek out.
What up, man? Yo,
Yeah.
what up?
Hey, I'm on live.
You saw that snook I got last night?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right now, look, right now I'm catching these blue crabs. I'm gonna go get a red out there. These things are mean, dude. So hard to freaking get them.
Sweet.
Because they're so fast, and like you pick up the sand, you can't see them. So I'm gonna go back out there tonight. I hooked up to a 40-pound poon last night like 5 times, but I couldn't get them.
After you left the other night,
Uh-huh.
I got fucking spool on my small pole.
Sharks are
I have no idea, dude. It bent over and took everything.
really?
I got all new line today.
What?
I got all new line on that pole today.
Hey, you think I cut this thing in half or use it whole?
Cut it in
Or ride the
half. It
black
puts
truck.
out a scent trail.
Let me get this out
I
of here.
wasn't sure if that was you that pulled up.
Yeah, it was. I heard you talking to somebody. I didn't realize you were on live, so that's why.
Well, I
come up
was
right away.
gonna do my first live TikTok. Got here and broke the mount for the TikTok, so now I'm using them. Went live on YouTube because that mount's not broken.
Damn, this guy's using all that. There it is. Should I put water in there or not?
I'd put some. Blue crabs are funny. They can stay alive for hours or die for no reason.
You care to give me a little light? Well, I mean, I'm gonna cut them up anyways. So he's gonna die, right?
Yeah.
All right, just keep it fresh. That's probably good. Yeah, you think this will catch a red tonight?
Good possibility. Something's on. I've been meaning to bring some crab down. They freeze well. Don't ever be afraid to freeze them. It's fighting like a catfish.
Catfish?
I don't know. It feels like it. Yeah. It's the number one thing to catch in this river.
Yep.
They're edible.
If I'm gonna be there's no need to put a bubble on them, is it?
Nah.
Not anything. Saltwater's dark and nasty.
Yeah, I got another lantern back here. It doesn't look like it. I think the girls took all the lanterns.
Yeah, I saw some red's tail in there last night.
Well, there was some tarpon in here earlier.
Talking down there.
Man, get yourself some traps.
I don't really fish for them that much with crab.
You got to
I
get.
have a guy that I buy them off of, but I didn't feel like driving all the way to Cocoa tonight.
Yeah. You're allowed
That's 2 baits, so a couple more, I'll be good.
recreational traps. You got to register them, but it's free to register. Oh, that's one mangled piece of fish. All right, at least I got something off the left pole tonight. That felt weird. Yeah. crabby had that.
I might just keep him and try to cast that mullet. Alright? What? Oh shit, I wasn't good.
You all good, man?
My bad.
Catch me an extra crab I can use for bait.
Trying. I've only got one. I'm about to just start casting it in mullet. If I get some mullet, I'll get you one. They're all like, what happens is they sit up under these rocks, but when you flip the rock over, all the mud just goes out, so it's hard to find it.
Right? They've been stealing my bait all night, so.
What happened?
Crabs have been stealing my bait all night. Got a really nice stone crab the other night here, but it was very, very pregnant. Now I have to stamp for them right now because I don't target them, so I just let it go. Normally, you just snap the biggest claw off and let them go, because that's how you're supposed to harvest. And they're really good, but there's really not much point to one claw. I gotta dig those frozen crab I have in the fridge out. So far, it's seven or eight catfish and one stingray tonight. Yeah, they fight really nice, but I'm never happy to see them. Something really big was in here, hitting the top of the water between here and that boat, about halfway, about an hour ago. I think it was tarpon because of the way the splashes were, and
Yeah.
when they get in the shallows, you'll see a hump. They weren't acting like dolphins, so.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
You all right?
Oh, there's rats in this boat.
That sucks. Yeah, rats in my chicken coop.
God damn. That's one thing I don't mess with.
Nah.
Yeah, man. If you want to fish in the next few days, let me know. You got my Instagram.
Yeah, I sent you a
I
message
sent
on
you a
it
DM
earlier.
back.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I
what's
didn't
up,
get
buddy?
it, but
I sent it on the how to garden.
I must have missed it. I was out cold for about an hour and a half before I jumped in the car and head out here.
Gotcha. No, not the kid. You don't have the kids today?
They were too rowdy. I wasn't even going to attempt to bring them out here today. The little boy that's 2 houses down is having a 3-day birthday bash for his 10th birthday. So they've been feeding him candy and hot dogs and having a bounce house going for the last 2 days. And
Yeah.
they come home and they're still bouncing off of the walls because of the sugar. And then right around 11 o'clock, they just kind of fall over. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll leave them home tonight.
That sounds about right. I'm gonna try to catch me some of these baits.
Well, if you don't get any, you're welcome to take some of my frozen. I got to go netting here again soon. I don't have any good way to keep anything alive.
I'm gonna put this guy. I'm gonna hold it right to me.
Yeah.
This is a big guy too. I'm not trying to get pinched by him.
Where are you heading to?
Same spot as yesterday, right down the road. Damn. These things are powerful.
Snap them claws off and start freezing them.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Want a pair of pliers?
I got some, but I just can't get in here.
I always have a pair with me. I ain't getting spiked by them fucking catfish anymore.
Oh, bitch. Damn, bitch.
There you go.
Still trying to bite.
Yeah, just freeze up them arms, man. You get a bag of them, cook them up.
The arm?
Yeah. Yeah, those claws are great, man. It's the best meat on that crab.
I need to rip them off, but I don't know where.
All I gotta do is throw them in the freezer when you get a good bag full of them.
I'm just gonna use them for bait. Yeah, I'll keep them alive down here until.
You ever get too many of the live blue crabs, they freeze fine and work great for bait even afterwards. As long as you don't leave them like a year and forget about them, because then they get frostburn.
Yeah, well, that's with anything.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've got a bag of shrimp somewhere in my freezer. But if it's still there, it's like 3 years old. That's acting like something weird going on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a few. Find my bucket. I have my bucket. And here goes the light I couldn't find earlier. That'll work. Where's that fucking thing? Sunlight. That crap right there. Where's it? Yep. There's a girl out here a couple hours ago trying desperately to get some. I'll let her have some of my frozen stock because she didn't get anything.
You want a Mahara? One of these guys?
Yeah, sure. They work
Omaha,
good.
right?
Yeah. Some people like call them big eye.
7 right there. I'm probably keep these ones.
Yeah, this will work.
Sweet.
I'll hook. I'll bring in my bigger pole and put it on there. Appreciate
I
it.
think my batteries are gonna die.
Yeah, I need a new one of those.
Probably.
Yeah.
What size hooks do you have? Cause that tarpon yesterday.
Well, here.
I don't know,
Tarpon.
for these size mullet, should I be using bigger hooks than this? Cause it worked for the snook, but
Yeah, that's here. Take these two.
you sure?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's like the same size as the one I got. This one is.
Yeah, but it's thicker. Oh.
Oh shit. Well, no, because like I couldn't get the hook. Like, they kept spitting it. Like it's not the hook size was fine. It's just they kept spitting it, right? So does that mean I need a bigger hook?
Well, not necessarily a bigger hook, but if you're going after stuff that size, you want something thicker.
Like
So,
it wasn't bending it or anything.
The problem with these ones is a lot of the times it's too big for a lot of the fish in the river.
Yeah, well, those big tarpon. This ain't too big.
This one is smaller and heavier duty.
Which one would you rig up?
Well, right now I've got those
this
on one pole.
This one will work for a snook and tarpon, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
a red, right?
Yeah. Well, these are actually 4 reds.
Was that a 4 or 5-0?
Yeah, something like that.
Because like the mullet
And
size,
I've got
like the
these
ones I just gave, like the ones I
which
just
are-
gave you, like the ones I just gave you, you'd use a size like that, right?
Yeah, that's
And that will that like prevent the tarpon from like spitting the hook off? as much?
spitting it out. No, bending it. Yes.
They weren't bending it, dude. He kept jumping 5 times. Like they would jump 5 times. I'll get 5 jumps out of them, and I bow my rod every time, like you're supposed to. And they just I couldn't get them to stick. They just kept spitting it out.
Wait a little longer.
Like for them to eat it.
Yeah. I had a hard time switching over to these because I'm used to jerking.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to set these.
No, I know. I let them eat for like a good 10 seconds.
I wait until the pole doubles on its own.
Well, no, but I have my bail open. You see what I'm saying? Like I gotta take mine.
Yeah. Well, take both, and because I've got more of those.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
And
yeah, I'll take you out to the spot eventually. Here. Oh shoot. Do you mind if I use your pliers real quick?
Go ahead.
I think I got some in my truck, but I just don't want to dig it right now.
Cut it. There you
go. Morgan,
I'll go grab my pole.
I get the light, Morgan.
Here.
And you're prepared. And I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use 40-pound leader.
See?
You think this hook's too big for that crab piece too when I cut it in half or no?
No.
So use this for the mullet and the crab?
If you're going after something big, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
My other poles, they're kind of set up for smaller stuff, but like
I think
this
it's low
triple
tide right
rig.
now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll probably start out with that crab then, honestly. Is that crab right there, or is that just mullet messed up?
Just
mullet. Crab got it.
Yeah. I've had some crabs tonight. I haven't caught any, but yeah, they've been on there.
Shoot, right now I'll probably just instead of the mullet, I'll probably just start out with the crab, right?
Yeah, early morning is better on them.
You'll be able to get them at night.
Oh yeah, you can, but I personally wouldn't put it on until like 3 o'clock in the morning.
So start out with a mullet.
Everything in this river eats mullet and shrimp.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll keep you updated. Let me get your number, man.
Yeah, man.
Screw Instagram. Screw going
Oh,
through that. I'll let you know how I do.
let
You
me.
gotta come down there and fish with me sometime. ready, Morgan? Are you ready?
Well, I just got broke off. I don't know what that was, but it was pretty big. I had a good splash and then the line snapped. So it's time to put on yet another leader. It was acting really weird. It was running right at me and shaking its head. I wasn't sure there was anything there. I thought, or then I was like, oh no, it's just something small. No, it was something very, very, very large. That at that point hadn't realized it was on. And when it did realize it was on, I didn't even have a chance. It broke off immediately. That tells me I didn't have my drag right. A nice splash out of it. Here for a second, I thought maybe I'd snagged something until I got that top water splash out of it. That is something of size. There are some big fish that happen to cruise through this bay. Because that keeps happening. I mean, that seriously keeps happening. What do you got, dude? What do you got? All right. Well, I'm glad these rigs didn't cost me a whole lot. Because I've already used half of them. Right back out in the same spot. check my drag. Apparently my drag is a little bit too tight. That's too loose. That'll work. All right, well, I've got a little bit of live bait out there. Man, that was a good hit, man. It's weird. The hit itself wasn't actually all that good. And then I wasn't sure if there was anything there, and I kind of felt like maybe there was a very small catfish there. But when it turned, it snapped that line immediately. Well, at least it didn't spool me this time like it did the other night. Right around the same time of night, too. There's some kind of structure over in that direction. Maybe I should throw this guy over. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw this guy over there. I just can't throw out that damn far with this pole. I mean, that's a reasonable distance. It's only half of what I can do with that little pole. Something out there. See that? The hell? Well, that might have something to do with me not casting well. I don't know. Let's try that again without my line tangled. That's better. There's something out there, something big. And I think I was hooked into it a minute ago, a little bit ago. There's something big out there. Stuff like that keeps happening. I should check the tension on that pole. Yeah. about the same time last time I was here, fishing in the same direction as when I got spooled. There's something about that spot. What the hell's going on? That's weird. Well, hello there. I got some raccoons coming up. They don't seem scared of me at all. In fact, it looks like it's going to go behind my truck where my bait is. I don't want them to do that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Little thieves. Trying to... it's just another catfish. Let's go get this guy off. Hello. Seemed like my microphone quit working. It might be dying. I got it back on though. At least for now. I don't know what the actual runtime is on this thing. On this little microphone. There's something pretty big out there feeding on these mullet. And more than one. Here I'm hitting the top of the water. Might want to rig me up some a different type of rig that includes a float that gets the bait up off the bottom. I don't really have any of those type of floats. I was looking at some good ones at Walmart earlier today. They've gotten really expensive for a piece of styrofoam, the tube in the middle. Way back when I was a kid, I knew an old man that used to make his own, what he called popper floats, a similar design to the freshwater floats that, or saltwater floats you can get now. Used to make them out of just random styrofoam and then like tubes from like, I think they were Capri Suns. Yeah, this microphone's going out. That's gonna be it on it. So I'm gonna let the video keep running until I pack up. Oh, getting a bite.